Welcome to Chelder, your portal to the most mind-blowing parts of history. Today, we're journeying back thousands of years to a land of towering pyramids, mysterious mummies, and gods who were as much about style as they were about smiting. That's right, we're diving into ancient Egypt, from pharaohs who erased each other from history to dung beetles with divine jobs. Here are 30 insane facts about one of the most fascinating civilizations ever to walk the Nile. Buckle up. This trip to the past is about to get legendary. Fact number 1. Ancient Egypt lasted for over 3,000 years. The civilization of ancient Egypt wasn't just a flash in the pan. It thrived for more than 3 millennia. From the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt around 3100 BCE to the Roman conquest in 30 BCE, Egypt's history spans longer than most modern countries. Think about it. Cleopatra lived closer to the invention of the iPhone than to the construction of the Great Pyramid. That's how ancient this civilization truly is. Fact number 2. The Great Pyramid of Giza is a precision-built wonder. Built around 2560 BCE, the Great Pyramid of Giza is so precise that modern engineers are still baffled. Its sides align almost perfectly with the cardinal points of the compass, and its construction involved moving 2.3 million limestone blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons. It's basically the world's first engineering flex, and it's still standing strong over 4,500 years later. Fact number 3. Ancient Egyptians loved their cats. Cats weren't just pets in ancient Egypt, they were sacred. Egyptians believed cats had magical powers to protect homes and ward off evil spirits. Killing a cat, even accidentally, was punishable by death. They were so beloved that families would shave their eyebrows in mourning if their feline passed away. Imagine explaining that at work. Sorry I'm late. I lost my cat and my eyebrows. Fact number 4. Pharaohs were seen as living gods. Pharaohs weren't just rulers. They were considered divine, living gods on earth. As intermediaries between humans and the gods, they had absolute power. Their job? Keep the gods happy and the Nile flooding. No pressure, right? Some pharaohs even went a step further, declaring themselves the literal offspring of deities. Talk about a god complex. Fact number 5. The Nile River was Egypt's lifeline. Without the Nile, there'd be no Egypt. Simple as that. The river provided water, transportation, and fertile soil for agriculture, thanks to its annual flooding. Egyptians even referred to their land as Kemet, meaning the Black Land, named after the rich, dark soil left behind by the floodwaters. Think of the Nile as Egypt's all-in-one life support system. Fact number 6. Mummification was a serious business. Preserving bodies for the afterlife wasn't just a spiritual practice, it was an art form. The mummification process took 70 days and involved removing internal organs, but leaving the heart, drying the body with natron salt, and wrapping it in linen. Even the brain was scooped out through the nose. All this effort just so the deceased could chill with the gods in the afterlife. Fact number 7. Hieroglyphs were more than just pictures. Hieroglyphs weren't primitive doodles. They were a complex writing system that combined logograms, symbols for words, and phonograms, symbols for sounds. There were over 700 symbols, and only scribes who trained for years could master them. Basically, being a scribe was like having the PhD of ancient times. Fact number 8. Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian. One of the most famous figures of ancient Egypt wasn't Egyptian at all. Cleopatra VII was of Macedonian Greek descent, a member of the Ptolemaic dynasty established by one of Alexander the Great's generals. She was also multilingual and highly educated, which she used to charm both Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Talk about a power move. Fact number 9. Egyptians believed in over 2,000 gods and goddesses. From Ra, the sun god, to Batet, the cat goddess, the Egyptian pantheon was crowded. Each god had a specific role, and they often merged to form hybrid deities like Ammonius Ra. Egyptians didn't leave anything to chance. They had a god for everything, including chaos, fear, and even scorpions. It's like having a divine insurance policy for life. Fact number 10. The Rosetta Stone unlocked their secrets. The Rosetta Stone, discovered in 1799, was the key to deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs. Written in three scripts, hieroglyphic, demotic, and Greek, it allowed scholars like Jean-François Champollion to crack the code. Without it, ancient Egypt might still be shrouded in mystery. Think of it as the ancient equivalent of Google Translate. Fact number 11. The pyramids weren't built by slaves. Despite popular belief, the pyramids weren't built by enslaved people, but by skilled laborers who were paid in bread, beer, and other essentials. Recent discoveries of workers' villages show that these laborers were well-fed and respected. They even had organized labor teams with names like the Drunkards of Menkaure. Sounds like construction with a side of camaraderie. Fact number 12. Ancient Egyptians had an early version of toothpaste. Dental hygiene was important to the Egyptians, who suffered from tooth decay thanks to their gritty bread. They invented one of the first toothpastes made of ingredients like crushed eggshells, pumice, and even ashes. Sure, it sounds gross, but it paved the way for the minty fresh tubes we use today. Fact number 13. Egyptian doctors were pioneers. Ancient Egyptian doctors were some of the best in the ancient world. They performed surgeries, set broken bones, and even prescribed treatments for diseases. They believed in a mix of practical medicine and magical spells, which meant a visit to the doctor was like going to a surgeon and a wizard all in one. Fact number 14. Egyptian women had surprising rights that in comparison to other ancient civilizations, Egyptian women had remarkable rights. They could own property, run businesses, and even initiate divorce. Some even rose to powerful positions, like Hatshepsut, who ruled as pharaoh. Ancient Egypt was basically ahead of its time when it came to women's rights. Fact number 15. The Sphinx may hold hidden secrets. The Great Sphinx of Giza, carved around 2500 BC, remains an enigma. Some theories suggest it could have hidden chambers or tunnels beneath it, possibly holding ancient secrets. While many of these claims are unproven, they certainly add to the Sphinx's mystique. Is it just a monument or a giant stone puzzle waiting to be solved? Fact number 16. Ancient Egyptians worshipped scarab beetles. The scarab beetle wasn't just a creepy crawly to the Egyptians. It was a symbol of transformation and rebirth. They associated the beetle with Khepri, the god who rolled the sun across the sky, much like a dung beetle rolling its ball. Scarab amulets were so popular that they became the must-have accessories of the time. Who knew dung beetles could be so chic? Fact number 17. The calendar we use today owes a lot to Egypt. The ancient Egyptians created a calendar that was remarkably close to the one we use today. They divided the year into 365 days, with 12 months of 30 days each, and added 5 extra days for festivals. These bonus days were dedicated to celebrating the gods. Leave it to the Egyptians to invent the ultimate excuse for a party. Fact number 18. Some pharaohs erased others from history. Pharaohs had a nasty habit of erasing their rivals from history, literally. If a ruler didn't like their predecessor, they'd chisel out their names and achievements from monuments and records. Hatshepsut, Egypt's powerful female pharaoh, was nearly wiped from history by her successor. But don't worry, modern archaeology brought her story back to life. Fact number 19. Ancient Egyptian fashion included makeup for everyone. Men and women in ancient Egypt both wore makeup, and it wasn't just for looks. It was believed to have magical and protective properties. Kohl eyeliner wasn't just a style statement. It protected their eyes from the sun and warded off evil spirits. Plus, who doesn't love a civilization that embraces gender-neutral beauty standards? Fact number 20. The Egyptians were obsessed with the afterlife. Preparing for the afterlife was a lifelong endeavor for Egyptians. They built elaborate tombs, packed them with treasures, and included everything a person might need in the next world, from food and furniture to mummified pets. It's like packing for an eternal vacation, but with a lot more gold and less sunscreen. Fact number 21. Ramses II was the ultimate overachiever. Ramses II, also known as Ramses the Great, ruled for 66 years and fathered over 100 children. He was so proud of himself that he had colossal statues built all over Egypt. His reign was so influential that later pharaohs tried to pass themselves off as him. Ramses wasn't just a pharaoh, he was an ancient celebrity. Fact number 22. Cleopatra's beauty may have been exaggerated. Forget the Hollywood portrayals. Cleopatra's true charm lay in her intellect, wit, and charisma. Coins from her time depict a strong profile rather than a stereotypical beauty. She spoke multiple languages and was a skilled diplomat, proving that brains were her real weapon. She was the ancient world's ultimate power player. Fact number 23. The Book of the Dead was like an afterlife cheat sheet. The Book of the Dead wasn't a single book, but a collection of spells and instructions to guide the deceased through the underworld. It included tips on avoiding pitfalls, making it through trials, and winning Osiris's favor. It's basically the ancient Egyptian version of a how-to guide for immortality. Fact number 24. Mummies weren't just for humans. The Egyptians loved their pets so much that they mummified them too. Cats, dogs, monkeys, and even crocodiles were preserved to accompany their owners into the afterlife. Some temples even had mummified animal factories to create offerings for the gods. Ancient Egypt, where every pet had a shot at immortality. Fact number 25. Egyptian engineers were ahead of their time. From building pyramids to creating intricate irrigation systems, Egyptian engineers were geniuses. They even invented early cranes and ramps to move massive stone blocks. Some of their methods are still debated today, proving that their ingenuity was light years ahead of the game. They were the original think-outside-the-box civilization. Fact number 26. King Tut wasn't that important in his time. Tutankhamun, or King Tut, might be the most famous pharaoh today, but during his reign, he was a minor figure. His fame exploded in modern times after Howard Carter discovered his nearly intact tomb in 1922. Thanks to Tut, we now associate Egyptian archaeology with golden treasures and endless mysteries. Fact number 27. Egyptians brewed some of the first beers. Beer wasn't just a beverage in ancient Egypt. It was a staple of daily life. Workers who built the pyramids were paid in bread and beer, which provided them with energy and hydration. The beer wasn't like what we drink today. It was thick, unfiltered, and packed with nutrients. Basically, it was a liquid meal. Fact number 28. Ancient Egyptian medicine was advanced and strange. Egyptian doctors knew a surprising amount about anatomy and treated wounds with honey, a natural antiseptic, and willow bark, a precursor to aspirin. But some remedies were questionable, like applying crocodile dung to ward off evil spirits. Effective or not, it's clear they were willing to try anything to keep the gods and germs happy. Fact number 29. The ancient Egyptians loved board games. Long before Monopoly caused family feuds, the Egyptians played games like Senet and Men. Senet, a game of strategy and luck, was so popular it even made it into some tomb paintings. If you think board games are intense now, imagine playing for stakes as high as your eternal fate in the afterlife. Fact number 30. The Great Pyramid may contain undiscovered chambers. Despite centuries of exploration, the Great Pyramid of Giza still holds mysteries. Scientists using advanced scanning techniques recently discovered a large void within the structure, suggesting there may be hidden chambers or passageways. What's inside? Nobody knows yet, but it's another reminder that ancient Egypt still has secrets to share. And that's a wrap on ancient Egypt, a civilization that truly knew how to go big or go home. Whether it was building pyramids, worshipping scarabs, or creating cheat sheets for the afterlife. If your brain is now swimming with hieroglyphs and mummies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us here at Chelder for more insane history, science, and everything in between. Hit like to honor the pharaohs. And who knows, maybe you'll unlock the secret to eternal glory. See you next time.